Okay, well, hi world. It's been like a week and more, right, since I did a video on this channel, Mag on relationships, and yeah, this is me. What happened? I lost my sister, and she was laid to rest like the very next day, and so I had to run around, do everything, take the cups, and the whole week was just a blur. And then I also had another big sister whose own sister was buried yesterday, and so Friday and Saturday was just me. Okay, so I'm hoping to resume work tomorrow. I actually went to the office today, which is nearby, and spent some time there, right? Just trying to and I was just thinking about my relationships with respect to grief and how grief has impacted my various relationships, and I'm talking about intimate partner relationships. And yeah, it has also impacted this one too. Like this current grief has also impacted the relationship I was in. So I was like, what is the pattern? It's not like all my relationships were affected by grief, but let me say 90% of them or 80% of them were affected by grief. um, well, it could even be all. When we look at affect, it mustn't be negative affect. It can be positive, but um, I just really have like one example of it being positive affects. Positive in the sense that the grief brought us closer, but in most cases, the grief instead tore us apart. The grief just uh, made a crack into the relationship, and in some cases, further widened that crack. Um, I once did a post on Facebook not too long ago talking about that. But you know, this channel, there are people who will watch this who are not on my Facebook and stuff. So I was thinking about when I was in the university, and I was grieving an abortion. And my boyfriend at the time thought, well, no, that's no big deal. Let's just go on. I mean, we can. And I wasn't in the mood, so I just put an end to that relationship. I couldn't forgive myself for that. The guilt lasted years. Um, After that, what was I grieving again? Yeah, I mean a miscarriage, right? And I couldn't understand why I couldn't grieve that, and why I couldn't talk about that with my husband and everything. And I just started to just hate the whole marriage and just despise the whole setting and all of that. And I had a son after that, but well, he also had some issues, and it just, I mean, it sent me back into grieving. Grieving is not only for people who die or for when you have lost someone. It can also be for when you have lost what you thought you had or you should have, and stuff like that. And then I had a daughter, and she died the very next day, and I couldn't grieve because what tradition says, religion says, and all of that. And even with him, the husband, ex-husband, I couldn't even talk about that. So I really got I really kind of got frustrated about that whole marriage, and it really led to the demise because that particular grief took me down some real depression. I became suicidal, I attempted suicide and stuff, and so I left. But when I got to Belgium, I lost my brother, and my relationship was instead strengthened because my partner did everything he could, to kind of be by my side, to support me, registered me at the gym, bought my ticket to come back home, and stuff like that. Had I not wanted to move back home, to be with my kids and stuff like that, I would have still been in this relationship. I mean, we really had a great one, like 2 years or running into 2 years of really no wahala relationship. Anyway, so fast forward to Monday, my sister dies, and my partner at the time is just like, well, he's into business, he's running up on that. I haven't even seen him see like a week before it happened, and since it happened, and this is Sunday, just writing sparingly and stuff like that. I'd already just said to myself, I mean, he's even looking for something else completely. I'm looking for something else. So there's no need to keep forcing this thing. And as much as he thinks it's working for him, it's not working for me. So this particular nonchalant attitude or insensitive attitude just kind of like over the wall. And so I was like, okay, whatever be the case, it's not easy, because you expect at least your partner to be your number one support. to kind of understand, to kind of show up, step up and stuff like that. And so when that doesn't happen, you're like, is this relationship worth it? There are relationships and there are relationships. When you're married, that's a different thing. You might not have a choice, or you might just quarrel and fall out and fall in and stuff like that. But that's different. That's marriage. But if you're not married or not even in that kind of committed relationship, like we've been together for years, and so I probably take it as that's how it is. So I'm not even going to bother um, counting on his support or that kind of thing. But I mean, you're just getting to know each other and you're trying to see if this thing is going to work out and stuff, and then something like this happens and they haven't even shown up, and you call them the day itself, and all they did was give you the phone number of, that was much anyway, give you the phone number of the the funeral car service or stuff, and that was all, but I was like, no, 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 I can't do this a second time. So it's for each one to know what they can tolerate, especially if they are grieving and their partner is like, whatever. I mean, life, people die, life goes on, move on, and stuff like that. I don't know. Are they going to stay with them? Are they going to tolerate that? Or are they going to find that like outright disrespectful and uncaring and stuff like that? So that's what I wanted to put out today. And I was like, I don't know, what are your thoughts, right? Can your grieving kind of like ruin your relationship or tear it down, bring it down, and stuff like that? Or is it like what can I say, the nonchalance and the know it all attitude of your partner that can actually lead you to tear down that relationship, just get him out of the picture altogether? So that's what I wanted to share with us all. Let's take good care of ourselves. This is Sunday. Yeah, happy Sunday. Happy new week in advance by grace. God bless us all.